Before we start this video, I would like to say that you can download all the English study sources that I use in my videos for free. All you have to do is just to go check out my pinned comment under this video and click the link to download the sources for free. And my method. Throughout my whole learning English process, from the very first day to this day, this is how I learned English in order. I learned English with the scripts of sitcoms, TV shows, with the scripts of YouTube videos, and then with the scripts of vloggers, and finally with the scripts of podcasts. I only learned English with scripts like an actor for free. I created my scripts by downloading the subtitles of TV shows, YouTube videos, and podcasts. In today's video, we're gonna be doing something that is gonna be, I believe, very useful for you. You know that I have 3 study plans on this channel. I share those 3 study plans on this channel, and I know that you're right now practicing with the script of friends. Many of you are right now practicing with the script of friends, with my methods, with AK methods. Now what we're gonna do today is, now as you can see here, Friends Study Plan Complete Beginner Episode 2. I will be dedicating this entire video to practicing with the script of friends with my AK methods by following this study plan. So basically my purpose, my goal is for today is to document, show a day in my life how I used to practice as a complete beginner with the script of friends almost 8 years ago. You know that 8 years ago when I started learning English with friends, I was a complete beginner. Like my level was literally 0. I will be starting to practice from the minute 0, right, as you can see right here, and I will stop at the minute 3, and I will work on this only 3 minutes of this part of the video, part of this episode, for 2 hours and 40 minutes. The first thing that I'm gonna be doing is, while I'm having my breakfast, I'm gonna watch the episode 2 that I will be working on today. First of all, if you're a complete beginner, watch Friends with a subtitle that is in your first language, okay? That's the first thing that you need to do. And then, after watching Friends with a subtitle that is in your first language, then watch it with English subtitles. You can watch the entire episode if you want, or you can watch only the part that you will be working today. For instance, I will be working on the 3 minutes of the episode today. If you want, you can watch only 3 minutes of the episode. I would like to make something very clear here. You don't have to watch the same episode again and again. Watching a few times is enough. Our goal, our purpose is, while we're practicing with the scripts, we need to make sure that we remember the scenes from Friends. You don't need to watch the same episode again and again, hundreds of times. So basically, make sure that you don't watch it too much to a point where you get sick of it, okay? I work in a restaurant. They don't have to know that. Okay guys, now I just finished my breakfast and I made it to minute 9. Once I finish my breakfast, I stop watching the episodes and I get to practicing. Okay guys, now I'm about to start practicing with Friends. Okay, I'm gonna set the timer. I'm starting the timer. And when I get to like minutes 40 or 50, I'm gonna stop practicing. I still have my tea. Alright.
What you guys don't understand is, for us, kissing is as important as any part of it.
Yeah, right. Serious?
What you guys don't understand is, for us, kissing is as important as any part of it. What you guys don't understand is, for us, kissing is as important as any part of it. Okay, the first thing that I would like to emphasize, that I would like to get your attention to is, if you're a beginner right now, which I assume many of you are beginner in terms of speaking, you will not be able to say this line just like that. Like, what you guys don't understand is, for us, kissing is as important as any part of it. And be able to speak, say this line without looking at the script like this. What you guys don't understand is, for us, kissing is as important as any part of it. You will not be able to do this as a beginner, because 8 years ago me as a beginner was not able to do this, okay? You will forget the line the minute you want to say it. You will not be able to complete the line without looking at the scripts. You will struggle with it so bad. So basically, being able to say this line without looking at the scripts successfully will take you at least 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 attempts. But right now, obviously, I'm not a beginner, so it's so easy for me to say this line all at once and to say those lines without looking at the scripts. But I want you to keep this in mind. This is not a memorization. What we're trying to do is slowly but surely we are trying to improve and expand our comprehension. Slowly but surely you start to keep those lines in your head easily. But it's gonna take you some time, you know. It's not gonna happen in like a few weeks. It's gonna take you a really long time to get to that level where you're able to say those lines comfortably without struggling, first looking at the script and then without looking at the script. What you guys want to understand is, for us, kissing is as important as any part of it. Okay, now let's talk about grammar here. Many of you are asking me all the time, like, have you ever studied grammar? Or how did you improve your grammar? How did you learn grammar? I never worked on the grammar actively. You know, I had the basic grammar knowledge from my high school education years, but that was terrible. So basically, my grammar was 100% really terrible. For instance, what you guys don't understand is, for us, kissing is as important as any part of it. Kissing is as important as any part of it.
Kissing is as important as any part of it.
You repeated this line without looking at the scripts, and you said as important as any part of it. I want you to keep this in mind. You will not remember this line, probably, but you will start to internalize the grammar rules. As you keep practicing with your scripts, you will come across the same types of expressions hundreds of times, many of times. As you keep coming across those expressions again and again and again, at some point, naturally, subconsciously, you will start to internalize those rules.
Right there, as far as I'm concerned, there is nothing a guy can do that even comes close.
That's because as far as my parents are concerned, Ross can do no wrong.
For instance, when it comes to grammar rules, when it comes to saying as using this grammar rule, I can directly remember House of Cards. When I was practicing House of Cards 8 years ago, there was this scene where, you know, Frank Underwood says, as much as I hate to admit it, or as long as we can say the donation is coming. As soon as it's official, Sancorp will write you a check.
Tapped into something larger than himself, larger than even me, as much as I hate to admit it.
As long as I can say the donation is coming.
As soon as it's official, Sancorp will write you the check.
As soon as it's official, Sancorp will write you a check. Naturally, without actively working on it, as time goes on, you will start to learn, you will start to understand how to use this as in the right context. For instance, I never worked on this. Basically, don't worry about the grammar rules, and that was a very simple example. Okay, you serious? Yeah.
Though, after the concert's over, no matter how great the show was, you girls are always looking for the comedian again.
The problem is, though, after the concert's over, no matter how great the show was, you girls are always looking for the comedian again. Okay, I would like to talk about this. I would like to talk about how to start to think in English and how to start to speak English. Now, you girls are always looking for the comedian again. This is a very important expression for me. Why do you think that is a very important expression? Because you're looking for something, look for. In the first episode of Friends, if you practice with the first episode of Friends, Joey says, the word you're looking for is anyway.
The word you're looking for is anyway.
Guys, I can't emphasize enough how important this expression is. Why do you think that expression is so important? Now, I tell you guys all the time, you need to start practicing with the scripts of Friends. You need to start practicing with sitcoms. With sitcoms will help you to speak a very natural English, will help you to improve your English. And last day, when I was watching this podcast where Taylor Bell was a guest, look what she says here.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Native American speaker Taylor Bell, in her normal life on this podcast, uses this exact same expression, exact same words. What's the word I'm looking for? And you see the same expression from French.
What's the word I'm looking for?
The word you're looking for is...
So this is why I'm always telling you guys, in terms of sitcoms, in terms of speaking English fluently, 10 out of 10. In terms of learning new words, 10 out of 10. And I also told you guys, podcasts will not help you to learn English, will help you to master English. What I meant by that is, there is no chance that you will ever remember this expression, this word, what's the word I am looking for, from this podcast. Because there is no good story going on here, there is no emotion going on here, there is nothing interesting going on here. So you will not improve your English vocabulary by practicing with podcasts. I mean, in the best possible way at least. When you practice with the sitcoms, like Friends or other sitcoms, you will improve your vocabulary in the best way possible. So there is emotion going on here, there is story going on here. This is why you can improve your vocabulary in the best way possible if you practice with scripts of sitcoms. By the way, I'm losing my voice. It's so hot in here, I'm gonna take this off.
Hi.
Hi. So, okay guys, now I made it to minute 3. Right now I'm at minute 3. And let's see how long has it been. How long it has been. Okay, it has been 40 minutes. Now I'm gonna keep practicing for about 10 more minutes. I'm gonna stop at minute 50. But what I want you to understand here is, the most important thing is, remember what I told you in the beginning of the video. Today, I will be working on the only 3 minutes of the episode, right? So if you, based on this study plan, regarding the study plan, we only work on the 3 minutes of the episode today for about 2 hours and 40 minutes or 3 hours. And what we do is, right now, we stop at the minute 3 and we don't move on to the next lines. We don't move on with the rest of the video. We get back to the right beginning of the episode, to minute 0, and we start all over again from the top, okay? What you guys don't understand is, for us, are we still talking about sex? That was nice, Joey. Okay guys, I really got exhausted right now. I'm so exhausted, I got tired right now, and I will stop here. So it has been 47 minutes. I will stop the timer right now at this moment. I'm gonna take a 15 or maybe 20 minutes break because my throat really hurts right now. I'm gonna go brush my teeth because I finished my tea, and while I was practicing with it. Okay guys, I brushed my teeth. I took a 10 minutes break. We're working on the 2 minutes of the episode for another 40 or 50 minutes. Okay, where was I? Oh, I was at this disgusting line. I hate this line. I hate this line because it's so hard to say this line, guys.
The women over the head with a club while she sits at home trying to get the mastodon smell out of the car.
He's out. The woman over the head with a club. I mean, I hate this line. As we go over the same lines, you will see that at your second attempt and tomorrow, at your third attempt and the next week, as you keep going over those lines again and again, you will start to say those lines with less struggle. You will start to struggle less and less. It's been 45 minutes. I'm gonna stop here. That's enough. Now I prepared my coffee and now I'm gonna take a 15 or 20 minutes coffee break. And again, you know, just for fun, I will watch the second episode from the beginning. You don't have to watch the episode again and again hundreds of times. Watching the same episode again and again will not make you speak English fluently. But practicing on the same episode again and again with the script will make you speak English fluently. Okay, now let's start the timer again, one more time. Okay. Break begins.
Important as any part of it.
Okay guys, I'm gonna stop here. Finish my coffee. It took me only 8 minutes to finish my coffee, so basically I'm gonna stop the break. Break is over, and now we're starting with the round 3. Okay, round 3, guys. So again, I only work on the 3 minutes of the episode from the you know, between minute 0 and minute 3. What you guys don't understand is, for us, kissing is as important as any part of it. By actually working on the same part of the video again and again, you get the chance to process the information that you didn't process in your first attempt or in your second attempt. Because in the back of your head, actually, you're trying to learn the grammar rules, you're trying to internalize the grammar rules. And while you're practicing with the script, while you're saying those lines, you try to visualize the scene from the episode. Basically, your brain works incredibly hard.
It's like the stand-up comedian you have to sit through before Pink Floyd comes out.
Pink Floyd comes out. Yeah, Chandler's gesture and expression, facial expression. Chandler used to be my favorite character. Okay, I'm gonna stop here. It's been 40 minutes, guys, and I completed the round 3. This round 3 is over. Now I'm gonna take 10 minutes break, and I'm gonna move on with the round 4, and that will be my last round. Okay, the last round, guys, and the last round begins. Okay, what you guys don't understand is, for us, kissing is as important as any part of it. See, these are capable. They wish was like, gee, this glacier is getting kind of close. Okay, I will stop here finally. I guess I almost made it to minute 40. Finally, it's over. I completed my 4th round. There is one more thing that I would like to do. For those of you, some of you might be struggling with the pronunciation of the words. If you're struggling with that, what I can recommend to you, do shadowing. Shadowing will not make you speak English. Shadowing will only help you to speak English without stuttering in like a more flowing way, and also, you know, it will help you to improve your pronunciation and improve your listening skill. At the very beginning of my English learning journey, I used to do shadowing here and there, so because obviously my pronunciation was so terrible, like it was really terrible. So this is why I used to do shadowing with friends. Here are a few tips about doing shadowing with friends. First of all, you will keep this shadowing process separate from the process of practicing with the scripts. This is the first thing. When you do shadowing as a beginner with friends, you will obviously turn on the subtitles, but obviously I know what they are saying, so I don't need to turn on the subtitles. When you do shadowing for 40 minutes, you will limit yourself. For instance, you will only work on the 2 minutes or 3 minutes of the episode. One of the problem with doing shadowing with friends is that you will see that subtitles and the conversation, the speech, their lines, they don't match 100%. You will see that some of the words are missing, but it's okay. For us, kissing is as important as any part of it. What you guys don't understand is, for us, kissing is as important as any part of it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, oh yeah, everything you need to know is in that first kiss. What I would like to emphasize specifically is that you will not be able to catch their lines, you will not be able to keep up with them, because you will feel that they're speaking so fast, especially Monica, so you will never be able to speak at the same time while they're speaking, and that might make you feel really bad about yourself. You know, you might be thinking to yourself like, I can even say basic line and they are speaking very fast. Don't worry about that. You girls are always looking for the comedian again. I mean, we're in the car, we're fighting traffic. Basically, just trying to stay awake. Otherwise, next time you're gonna find yourself sitting at home listening to that album alone. That was nice.